Joined today from the Department of Aid, Trade, Consumer Protection, our DATCP master, Michael.
Ooh, master today. I appreciate it. Happy to be here.
I'm going to keep working
and
him in.
And the new title.
I'm going to keep working him in as best I can. I don't think I even know what your official title is, so don't tell me.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep guessing until I get it. But you are here today on a serious topic to talk about Medicare billing scams. Very interesting here because it seems to me, when I look at this, it's like, well, how can a company get away with this? And you're here to say it can be done, Jeremy. Michael, what are we talking about when we're talking about Medicare billing scams?
Well, we're talking about a couple variations. One of them is legitimate businesses potentially sending products out that may have been inadvertently ordered, or maybe you had signed up for a recurring, every 3 months, send me another product and things like that. Not always directly a scam, but certainly there's an element of deception in that, in how these products are being ordered. So either they're showing up for you, or on the other side, you've ordered some products, you're starting to pay for them, and they're just not showing up, yet your Medicare statement is showing you're getting billed for them. Now, those two can happen across a wide variety of products, about anything that Medicare you can order or be charged for. What we've seen recently is this influx of COVID-19 tests being sent to Medicare recipients, and a lot of the times just out of the blue. And then all of a sudden, Medicare is being billed for these tests, and they didn't order them, and then it gets into a little bit of a dilemma on were they ordered, weren't they ordered. But that's the scam, is they send the product, they bill Medicare, they get paid for it, and then they move on to the next customer.
That is so crazy and so wrong. And yet it's showing an estimate here of $60 billion each year in not just the specific area, but of time and energy and money that is just left out there or charged that isn't need to be happening.
Yeah, and that $60 billion includes all of those, like the mistakes that we talked about in the beginning about how it's an inadvertent order, the actual scams themselves, the abuse of maybe a particular recipient ordering, things like that. But altogether, $60 billion a year.
All right, well, let's start with some tips on how to prevent fraud, errors, and abuse. First one you have here is don't ever give out your Medicare number. Just don't give it out.
Don't give it out.
Period.
We say look at your Medicare number as your Social Security number or your credit card number. If somebody were to call you and ask you for one of those right away and ask you to put it over the phone, hopefully that red flag's going up saying, whoa, 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 put your Medicare number in that same bank.
What about callers who say free supplies, no cost? It's great.
They're not.
They are not. You heard it here first.
They're not. What's happening there is they're just trying to get you to give them the Medicare number. They're going to tell you there's free supplies, there's these other promotions. All they need is your Medicare number to go ahead and get everything sent out to you. All they're trying to do is get that number from you. Absolutely do not give it to them. And always remember, the real Medicare, Medicaid agencies will never call you and ask you for your other number because they already have it.
And that was the thing I was just going to say is at the end of the day, Medicare, the organization, should not be calling you, sending you, doing things that are kind of seem out of the norm, so to speak. So they're just not looking to call you, Michael, today and say, hey, Michael, I need that number. We just can't remember it.
Right. We seem to have misplaced your number. We really want to get you the stuff. Could you verify it? But that's how a lot of scams work. The whole point is to get you to give them something they don't have.
Well, there's other things you can do here that you recommend. One is learning about what it is, the summaries of things that are coming, the explanation of benefits. These are all things that are going to be passed on to you. Why would they be important to check out and learn about?
Well, we want everyone to check a bill all the time, right? Medicare is very important because you want to look and see, all right, are there charges for things that I never got? And this is the perfect way to describe how that scam works, and the perfect way to catch it. Because if all of a sudden you see these charges for 10 COVID-19 tests and you didn't order them or receive any of them, that's a red flag. You also want to check your bill to make sure where you potentially double billed. Maybe not a scam, maybe not intentional, just a true billing error. Look for that. Another one is look, are there charges for things that you never went to a doctor for? Or if you did go to the doctor, are there additional charges that for things that never happened or the doctor never asked for or ordered? All of these things are collaboratively encompass not only just the intentional deception or the scams, but also just human error or common billing mistakes that happen. But all of them can be caught by analyzing your bill.
What if you think that you inadvertently gave out your number? You're like, uh-oh. Like, I found out from my bill, like, crap, I'm getting these tests. I didn't even know it. Or I looked at my bill and I'm like, oh man, Michael, I think they got me.
Well, that can indicate one of two things. One is maybe your Medicare number has been compromised, and so you're certainly going to want to call Medicare right away and let them know what's going on, explain what's happening on the bill. It's possible that they may have been able to identify something on their end of what happened. The other side is maybe a bigger problem. Maybe your entire identity has been compromised. And this is one indicator that it's not just your Medicare number, but there are some other things that might start happening. If that happens, and all of us, I want you to start checking other things like your, your credit reports. Start looking for other identifiers, maybe through the mail. You start getting all these credit card notifications in the mail. You start getting from new supplementary medical benefit providers are inundating your mailbox because I think you signed up for something. All these things are starting to be red flags. You can also go to our website. We have a ton of information on the red flags and indicators of identity theft. But this may be one, and what you provide as an example is just one of those small threads that you need that could indicate a larger scale problem.
Yeah, you could be like, God, I got 3 tests. I only ordered 1. You know, it could have been. Yeah. It could start small and then it's escalating and you didn't even know it. So,
right.
Very interesting. $60 billion with a B dollars is a lot of money. So it's definitely serious. Check it out. If something like this has come up and you're like, uh-oh, Michael, this is me. Again, give them the website where they can start working with you immediately to render some aid.
Yeah, come visit us at DATCP.wi.gov. If you'll go to search consumer protection, you'll find a whole trove of information for you. If you want to actually talk through a scenario or maybe a couple things you're not quite sure if is identity theft, please give our hotline a call at 1-800-422-7128, and we'll talk you through and get you the resources you need.
That's a good point because it is a complicated platform. Like it seems easy, but really there's so many things involved in it. It's better to ask, and you guys are there to answer some questions, so it's good.
That's what we're here for.
All right, Michael, thank you so much. Appreciate your time, and we'll look forward to having you here next month.
I'll be here.